time for another Manjaro update. And tomorrow will be the fifth jab, the fifth injection, and we'll consider that week 5. So we're gonna talk about things that happened within week 4. Okay, so in week 4, and I'm gonna go with the black and white, that way I don't upset anybody because I'm gonna be showing some brands and I don't want the brands to get upset. So we're gonna stay with the black and white filter today, and I'm kind of feeling the love from the black and white filter, okay? So I went through 4 weeks already. For those of you who do not know, my A1C went up after having 2 years of a pre-diabetic A1C number of 5.8. My A1C went up at my August 2nd labs. With my provider, my A1C went up to 6.5, which then put me in diabetic category. So trying to take off all of this extra cushion that has come on with being in the life of the 200s for the past 20 years. So in the past 20 years, I have gained all this extra weight, and it is important that I take off 80 to 100 pounds. And so I am working really, really hard. I gained about 50 to 60 pounds in 20 years. So I'm working hard to just take off 100 and just get back to this really great, healthy space for being 5'5", right? So I am on Mounjaro, as you just saw. So I'm doing my weekly injections. And for 4 weeks, let's talk about what happened in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, I think about week 4, I finally felt what was talked about with the back pain. I finally, went a little bit further than the first day after injection with fatigue. So I had to really work hard to keep the energy going, making sure that I was doing my part when it came to how I eat and what I take in and my supplements and everything, just to feel the energy that's needed to get out there and to get moving, because my provider has me do 30 minutes of exercise a day. I have to stay with my dietitian in a calorie deficit with my macros. I'm supposed to do about 100 to 115, I think, or something like that with my protein. And I have to keep my calories no more than 1,500 calories. I pretty much succeed with calories, macros. I stay on any given day from 956 calories to about 12 or 1,300 calories. So I really don't have an issue with the calorie deficit that's been set. Carbs, I'm supposed to stay up to 109 carbs, and I've seen the 130s, 140s, 150s happen. So I'm working on, what foods cause the carbs to be that high, because it doesn't help to go off script on the macros at all when it comes to the weight loss journey. So in April was when this all started, with trying to get out of the pre-diabetic stage. And that's when she had me start things like making sure that I take berberine. Again, I said I was going to show supplements today. So making sure that I take berberine. This is the brown bottle by NutriFlare. Premium berberine with Ceylon cinnamon. That's important. So I was taking this one, and I could get 1.6 to 2 pounds off a week. Once Mounjaro started, I would say that I am... Sorry, I didn't see the pin. I would say once Mounjaro started, I would say that I am taking off about 3.3 pounds a week. So that is what led to me for 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, I was able to take off 13.2 pounds. I was able to take off 6 kilograms. So that's really good news for me, because it is doing 1.3 more than what pounds off a week than what I was able to do on my own. So that it reassures me that probably with 13.2 pound loss in 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure we have brought the A1C down, but we're not checking the A1C until October 1st. So I have 4 more weeks of putting in the work. Another thing that I added this week was 50 milligram a day zinc. At 50 years old, we only need to do 8 milligrams is what I learned of zinc a day. But I added this 50 milligram, and that helped tremendously with that lack of energy thing that was happening. It's made a difference in a lot of areas. So I feel like this is so good. Skin, energy, hair, just to name a few, right? I've also made sure that I'm taking, for that daily energy, and just This is one vitamin D that we tend to not do well with in the black community with black women, and we always tend to have high deficiencies in D. So taking this D3 supplement daily has been really good for me. You know, I'm gonna bring it back to those B complexes because B is an issue, and I was taking this market version, HEB central market version of niacin, 500 milligrams a day. It works for me. It helps me with my energy, helps me when I get outside to go on the walks, help me when I set up the yoga mat to do sets of workout, you know, to getting in steps, and it helps me at the gym for strength training when I'm getting in the gym and needing to complete the 45 minutes to an hour. Helps me with energy. Also, sugar is really important that we don't, to see the weight loss, I have to make sure that I am following my dietitian's requirements. So this is a green and white box, and I use it. It's a stevia leaf trivia, and I use that by the majority instead of sugar. Like, only time you're gonna see me having sugar is if there's no more of this. And it's a little bit pricey, you know, but definitely worth it. I try not to use no more than 2 packs of this in my cup of coffee. And I may add a pack maybe when I'm blending a protein powder or a protein drink. I may add a pack in the blender for this. And not really too much, you know, I really don't use sugar. I'm not a sugar person by the majority, except when I was getting it in my food. So when it comes to adding sugar, I'm looking at 1 to 2 packs. I also know that I have to get in that high protein, especially at the beginning of the day. So those Chobanis, those Greek yogurts, this is a strawberry one, but the Chobani yogurt, they're in a kind of off-white container, Chobani. So that has been helping me, and have fun by getting in more fiber to make sure, because I have not experienced constipation while on MOUNJARO. I have not 2.5 milligram. I haven't experienced the constipation, but again, these are all the things that I do. I also have milk of magnesia. I didn't bring it over here with me. This right here, Uncle Sam. So getting these flakes and just kind of scooping it in and adding it into on top of yogurt and adding it in once or twice a day. Really good fiber source here. Gives 10 grams of fiber. So protein at 8 grams. So it's just excellent to get those protein and fiber numbers. Fiber, about 33 milligrams a day is, you know, what the dietitian asked me for. But technically, we need about 15 to 20 milligrams a day. And it's important to get that, easier to get it with our food. I've also been making sure that I am on alkaline water, and I like to do a 9.5 plus of alkaline pH level alkaline waters. That helps me the most with not feeling dehydrated and not having to grab so much water, because the more you go, then you're going to feel a lot more dehydrated, a lot more thirsty, and probably feel a lot more fatigue. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to make sure, that the right water, type of water, you know, and this one is just one alkaline ionized hydration, 9.5 plus pH level, and I just grabbed this at Sam's, right? So 13.2 off for this update. The 13.2 for 4 weeks is what happened in the month of August. So I've already used, you know, as you saw in the other videos, I've used the right side of the stomach, I've used the left side of the stomach, and I decided to go back to the right side of the stomach in that 3rd week. And then the 4th jab, I tried it in my right thigh, and I have a little, it doesn't hurt, but there is a bruise there. There's a bruise that happens, you know. But on to my yogurt for the day. Thanks you guys for stopping by. I appreciate that. And just like I said, just making sure that you follow and get those macros in. So far, I see weight loss. I know a lot of people say they don't, but walking, getting my 30 minutes of exercise and movement in, making sure that I'm eating healthy and a calorie deficit, making sure that my nutrition is on point with protein and fiber. I'm seeing results, and it is happening in 4 weeks on MOUNJARO 2.5 milligram Tirzepatide.